Yo, what's good, everyone? Uh, Today we're gonna be watching some stuff, but you guys freaking preview or what it looks like right now. So currently, I'm laying on my bed. Actually, yeah, laying on my bed. I got the camera going. I got some snacks, and I got my cat laying on the bed behind me. I can't show him on the camera because if I do, everything's gonna go to shit, bruh. So, anyways, yeah, I got some. I don't know if you guys can see right here. Oh shit, fuck. It's either I let my computer die, or show you guys. All right, so I got some carrots, a lot of carrots, and some sauce to go with it. And my mic is right here. Okay, so next to my face. Got my audio interface over here. We're chilling. Okay, problem is I don't know if I can balance my computer on here, but I'll just try. You know, it's for the fun of it. Alright, whatever. This thing is not moving. This could be alright. Alright, got it going. Alright, I'm gonna turn the cameras off because, I can't go to sleep without some scary videos going. Right, let's go over here. So this video, 13 scary videos that should not exist. Wow.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 13 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The first video we'll be taking a look at today comes from the Ghost subreddit and was posted by a user known as LowFlyingV. According to the uploader, this footage was filmed by his friend's son. In the post, LowFlyingV provides some unsettling context. The house where his friend and their son live used to be a regional doctor's office dating back to before the Civil War. Given its age and history, it's not too surprising to hear that they've allegedly experienced quite a bit of paranormal activity there. One particular night, the friend's son was recording when he ended up capturing something truly creepy on camera.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh god, what is that?
If you watch carefully, you can see what appear to be two shadow figures moving across the living room and then heading up the stairwell. The movement is subtle but distinct. It doesn't seem to match natural lighting changes or reflections you'd expect in the space. The videos left many viewers unsettled, with several people in the comments saying it gave them goosebumps. Some skeptics have suggested that the figures might be regular shadows caused by someone off camera or even a trick of light from passing cars. But others argue the timing and shape of the figures feel far too deliberate to dismiss so easily. We don't know exactly what was captured here, but one thing's certain. Between the house's history and the eerie footage, it's not hard to believe this location could have more than a few lingering spirits. This next story we'll be talking about has to do with the video posted to TikTok in June of this year. Buckle yourselves up if you haven't already, because this one's pretty wild. The story follows a miner in Chile who was working his way through an abandoned section of the mines. While navigating the tunnels, he claims he passed a lost man who appeared to be trying to find his way out. The miner began speaking with him, attempting to guide him back toward the surface. Everything seemed normal until later, when he reported the incident to his supervisor. The supervisor explained there should have been anyone else inside the mine at the time, which led them to review the surveillance footage. That's when they made a chilling discovery.
estaba conversando con alguien. Mina tenía. So pretty much what it's saying there is I was talking to a ghost in the store. So I don't know.
In the footage, it's revealed that the miner had been talking to himself the entire time. There was no lost man at all.
There's like a Gideon like pop. Shit. There's a piece of carrot that flew out my mouth. There's like a Gideon plot twist where the miner is actually talking to himself. And then Gideon pulls up to the miner's house and confronts him. But it was the miner. I don't know.
All. The figure he thought he encountered simply didn't exist on the video. This kind of revelation feels straight out of a horror movie, but allegedly it's real. And it raises an unsettling question. Was this purely psychological or something truly paranormal? Mines are known for extreme conditions, low oxygen, isolation, sensory deprivation, all of which can trigger vivid hallucinations. But at the same time, many abandoned mines have tragic histories, with workers dying in collapses or accidents, and ghost stories tied to these sites are surprisingly common. There are even historical parallels. Miners throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries often reported seeing phantom co-workers, or hearing voices underground, especially in dangerous shafts. In some cases, these apparitions were interpreted as warnings of imminent cave-ins, while in others, they were seen as restless spirits of those who had perished in the tunnels. Could this Chilean miner have crossed paths with such a presence, an echo of someone who met their fate in those very mines? Or was it stress and disorientation playing tricks on his senses? Either explanation is chilling in its own way. Hopefully the miner is doing okay after such a disturbing experience, because whether paranormal or psychological, moments like this can linger with someone forever. A TikTok user named Luis Balderas posted a video on June 27, 2025, in which he walks us through his workplace. A place that, judging from this footage, is definitely haunted to say the least. For the first minute and a half, Luis wanders around the building, showcasing its eerie emptiness. The creaking floors and dim lighting already set the tone, but things quickly escalate 20 seconds later.
Me están temblando las piernas para subir. No, no mames. Algo se está moviendo ahí arriba. No mames. No mames, no mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No manches. No mames. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? No mames.
Out of nowhere, a t-shirt is yanked into another room by what seems to be an unseen force. The suddenness of the motion and the fact that nobody is visible nearby makes this moment especially unnerving.
Miren aquí de no mames, no mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso?
Roughly a minute later, something falls to the floor upstairs, seemingly without explanation. The loud thud echoes through the otherwise silent space, leaving Luis visibly shaken.
No mames, no mames. ¿Qué fue eso? No, no manches.
Then comes the most chilling part of the video. A metal or aluminum plate suddenly shifts, and for a brief moment you can make out what appears to be a shadowy figure peeking around the corner. It lingers just long enough to be noticed before vanishing. This is the point where Luis finally bolts for the exit, and the video cuts off abruptly. The sequence of events feels like something out of a found footage horror movie, and that's what makes it so unsettling. It unfolds gradually, escalating from subtle activity to an outright apparition. Skeptics, of course, have questioned whether the objects could have been manipulated off camera or whether clever use of shadows created the illusion of a figure. Yet the pacing and natural reactions captured here make it harder to dismiss outright. Whether this was an elaborate prank, clever editing, or something truly paranormal, one thing's for sure: Louise won't be forgetting that night at work anytime soon, and after watching this footage, neither will we. Reddit user Illdiscipline3142 posted an extremely creepy video to the ghost subreddit a couple of weeks ago that got a lot of people talking. Let's find out why. The footage was filmed on a motion-activated camera in the uploader's neighbor's backyard back in 2020. You'll want to pay attention to the very start of the clip, or you might miss it.
What is that?
Out of nowhere, a strange, looming figure can be seen walking by before disappearing into the night, never to be seen or heard from again. The uploader provided some chilling context, writing, quote, "The camera was placed towards the back end of the property. Directly in front of the camera is a massive 10,000+ acre forest, meaning this creature would be walking towards the street from the forest at 2:39 AM, with zero lights guiding it." End quote. They go on to explain that the camera continued to pick up strange sounds for about 30 seconds after the figure passed. Based on the height of the camera, around 10 feet off the ground, they estimated the figure had to be over 9 feet tall. The uploader also noted this footage was completely unedited and that the movement of the figure seemed strangely slow. Adding to the eeriness, they mentioned that the area is heavily protected, with virtually no hunters or late-night visitors, which makes the sighting even harder to explain. The scale of the figure is one of the most unsettling parts. If the height estimate is correct, whatever walked past the camera was enormous, far larger than any known wildlife in the region. Skeptics have suggested it could simply be a person at an odd angle, or even a trick of perspective caused by the infrared camera. Others think it could be a prank or costume, though the slow movement and eerie audio make that explanation less convincing. Whether this was a trick of light, a hoax, or something truly unknown wandering out of that vast forest, one thing is certain: the footage sticks with you long after you've seen it. A woman named Sarah posted a video to TikTok in July of 2025 that showcases her wandering around this nursing home, which, as you'll see in just a few seconds, may be haunted. As she proceeds to walk down the hallways of the place, you can hear some incredibly strange and unsettling noises coming from somewhere in the building, further adding to the creepiness here.
Otra vez están escuchando muchos ruidos. Oigan, ¿de dónde viene ese ruido? Se escucha como que gritaran, como si hablaran. No es nadie.
A bit later on, Sarah can be seen slowly creeping her way through the building, and it's here in which something can be heard saying something absolutely terrifying.
Creo que es de acá. Oigan. Oigan. Hay veces que se oyen las sillas de ruedas.
If you listen closely, you can make out a voice saying, "I see you." Not even 15 seconds later, Sarah finds herself in the center of even more terror when this happens directly in front of her.
Ay, ¿qué pasa? ¡Ay, no! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay, no! Ahora sí, mire algo. No puede ser.
A rolling shelf can be seen starting to move all by itself right in front of her. Thankfully, after this happens, Sarah proceeds to leave the building immediately instead of continuing on with her investigation. The combination of multiple phenomena, disembodied voices, unexplained movement, and the unsettling atmosphere of an abandoned nursing home makes this video stand out. Skeptics have speculated about potential explanations, like drafts moving the shelf or distant echoes mistaken for a voice. Others, however, point to the specificity of the phrase "I see you" as being too deliberate to dismiss as random noise. Whether this was an elaborate setup, a strange acoustic trick, or genuine paranormal activity, one thing is certain: this nursing home has an energy that most of us would rather not encounter in person. Reddit user PositiveSong2293 posted a fascinating video to the interdimensional NHI subreddit, a community focused on aliens, UFOs, and other mysterious aerial phenomena. The uploader clarifies that the video wasn't filmed by him, but rather something he stumbled upon online. From what little information is available, it appears the footage was recorded back in 2018 in the Caucasus Mountains region, likely in Russia, by tourists visiting the area.
Ты не ловлен? Ты тут стать поудобнее. А что это вообще такое? Блять. А ну-ка, Ленухе позвони, это самое...
The footage begins innocently enough, showing a clear blue sky above the mountains. But then, something strange drifts into view. A large metallic sphere, silently hovering and gliding across the frame until the recording abruptly ends. At the very end of the clip, the people filming can be heard talking among themselves. Their tone sounds puzzled, almost like they're unsure of what they're seeing and comparing it to something they expected, but clearly realizing it isn't the same. This adds another eerie layer to the footage, as it doesn't come across like they're trying to stage anything. They seem genuinely confused in the moment. In his post, Positive Song wondered aloud if the sphere could be CGI. While some commenters agreed that was possible, many others felt the object looked surprisingly authentic, pointing to its consistent lighting and natural motion. What makes this even more intriguing is how frequently metallic orb sightings like this have been reported in recent years. From the United States to South America and Eastern Europe, eerily silent spheres hovering in remote skies are being spotted more and more often. Some theorists believe they could be advanced surveillance devices, while others link them to broader patterns of unexplained aerial phenomena documented in government UAP briefings. Of course, CGI remains a plausible explanation, especially since spherical objects are relatively easy to insert into footage. But if this video is genuine, it adds yet another unsettling case to an already growing trend of metallic orbs appearing around the world. For many people, blowing out the candles on a birthday cake is a simple happy tradition. Close your eyes, make a wish, and hope it comes true. But as this video shows, not every birthday moment is quite so cheerful. We watch as a young girl smiles while her family sings to her, the cake glowing softly in front of her. Everything seems normal, until it suddenly isn't.
Happy birthday to you. I said happy birthday, Blondie.
What did you do? What did you do? That was weird. That wasn't
Did you do it?
That wasn't me.
That was strange, wasn't it?
Right as she leans in to blow out the candles, they extinguish all by themselves, and you can clearly hear a blowing sound as it happens. Almost immediately afterward, every light in the room goes out at once, plunging the space into darkness. Now, that blowing sound could technically come from someone off frame, but it would take some impressive timing to pull off. Plus, the girl's puzzled expression makes it seem like she didn't know anyone else was blowing on the candles, adding another eerie layer to the moment. Could that faint sound have actually come from a ghost? The family's reaction is equally interesting. Rather than panicking, they seem surprised and confused, but brush it off and continue the celebration. Maybe they've experienced strange things in that house before. Was this a coincidence, a prank, or playful spirit making its presence known? Whatever the explanation, it's one of the strangest birthday moments caught on camera, and one that'll definitely make you second guess your next birthday wish. Imagine you're simply out shopping for clothes at a local store when out of nowhere, your normal day turns into something straight out of a horror story. This video, posted to TikTok in July of 2025 by user xxdonriversxx, was reportedly filmed on a security camera inside an Old Navy store where the uploader worked. While monitoring the feed, he noticed a man apparently stealing from the men's section, but that turned out to be the least disturbing part of the footage.
Look right here. Look right here. Right here. Look. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? And it's just gone. It's there, and now it's not. It's there, and now it's not. Bro, what is that?
If you look closely, you can see a small figure standing behind the man, staring directly into the surveillance camera before vanishing entirely. Some viewers speculate this figure could be a duende, a folkloric humanoid creature found in Iberian and Latin American cultures, often likened to gnomes or leprechauns. In certain legends, duendes are known to either help or mischievously interfere with humans, sometimes appearing in homes or shops uninvited. Skeptics of course argue that the figure could simply be a child caught at an odd angle, a visual effect added later, or even a glitch in the CCTV feed itself. But the way it looks directly into the camera, almost as if it knows it's being watched, is undeniably unsettling. If this really was a duende, maybe it wasn't there for the man at all, but to watch over the store itself. Either way, it's hard to imagine running into something like this while shopping for clothes. TikTok user Nick posted a pair of videos in which he stayed overnight at his grandmother's house. She has dementia, so it's not uncommon for her to wake up and walk around at night. But that's not what makes these clips so unsettling. In the first video, we see a Roomba moving across the floor as expected, until it begins circling around something completely invisible. Its sensors appear to detect an object that isn't physically there, steering around it as if it's avoiding a person or perhaps something else entirely. Things only get creepier when at the end of the clip, an object suddenly falls to the floor next to the Roomba, while the family dog growls and barks in the background. Could this be evidence of a ghost roaming the house? A second video uploaded later the same night ramps up the strangeness even further. The Roomba can be seen heading straight for a flight of stairs and tumbling down. Something that shouldn't even be possible if its sensors were functioning properly. And just when you think it couldn't get any weirder.
Jesus!
The device flips over completely on its own, with no visible reason why. Some viewers speculate this could be a malfunctioning or hacked Roomba, while others wonder if it's something far more paranormal, especially when paired with the dog's hostile reaction in the first video. Regardless of the explanation, it's easily one of the strangest examples of haunted tech to make the rounds online. A man named Robert Earl White posted a chilling video to his TikTok in May of 2025, showing him wandering the woods late at night with only a flashlight to guide him. We don't know exactly why he was out there, possibly exploring after hearing unsettling rumors, but whatever the reason, it doesn't take long for him to encounter something terrifying.
Alright, no lie. I heard something stomping in the woods. Something huge.
Right at the start of the footage, you can make out a tall, lanky figure staring directly into the camera, before disappearing into the darkness. Most people would probably turn back at that point, but Robert decides to press on, a decision that leads to another frightening moment. Later in the video, we see a pair of glowing eyes and hear faint crawling noises. Robert speculates it might be a skinwalker, but many viewers believe the figure resembles the infamous Rake, a pale, hairless humanoid creature popularized by creepypasta lore, often described as lurking in forests and rural areas. Could this be an elaborate hoax, a case of pareidolia, or even an animal caught at just the right angle? Possibly. But the figure's distinctly humanoid proportions and the combination of glowing eyes and crawling noises are what makes this clip so unnerving. Thankfully, Robert made it out unharmed, but let's hope he doesn't return to that forest anytime soon. Next time, the creature might not stay at a distance. On July 1st, 2025, TikTok user Emma Lee posted a chilling video from her night shift delivering food for DoorDash. Delivery work can sometimes come with strange encounters, but nothing quite like what she experienced this night. In the footage, Emma Lee approaches the customer's apartment door. As she gets close, the door creaks open on its own, with nobody visible behind it. She calls out, letting them know she has their order, when a voice from inside urges her to come in.
Hello?
Hello?
I have your DoorDash order.
Can you put it on the stool, please?
I'm not really supposed to come into houses.
It's just inside the door.
It doesn't really
not far.
matter how far it is. I'm not supposed to.
Please? It would make it easier for me.
It's kind of... Can't you just come to the door? It's kind of a safety hazard for me to come in the house.
No, I can't come to the door. Can you put it on the stool? It's easy. It's just inside.
I'll just leave it here. I'm not allowed to come inside, and I will not come inside.
Come on, it's not hard.
Yeah, no.
Emily firmly refuses, explaining she isn't allowed to enter customers' homes. The unseen person continues to insist, even swearing at her as she sets the food down and leaves. Viewers quickly zeroed in on two unsettling details. First, several pointed out that the voice inside sounds eerily similar to Emily's own, leading to speculation about a possible mimic, a creature in folklore said to copy voices to lure people closer. Second, others questioned why she was already recording before reaching the door, which Emily later explained was simply for safety, something many delivery drivers do. Of course, skeptics have their theories too. Some believe it could have simply been a person trying to trick her into coming inside, while others wonder if the video was staged or edited as a hoax. Regardless, the combination of the open door, strange voice, and aggressive insistence makes the footage deeply unsettling.
Come on, it's not hard.
Yeah, no.
In June of 2025, TikTok user Jennifer Ricci posted a video filmed late at night outside her home. As she records, she mentions hearing strange noises and points out how the dogs nearby have been barking non-stop. A sign, she suggests, that something unusual is happening. The atmosphere is tense, and she debates with someone off camera about whether to walk further into the darkness.
A ver, a que caminemos para allá, a ver si vemos algo, pero aquí nomás, porque para que nos dé chance de correr para allá. Aquí está cerca el circo. Ay, no, me late el corazón.
Y nosotros cuando vimos la mujer esa, haz de cuenta que se metió para allá, mira, graba, para allá, para aquellas ramas, para aquel montorrón, ¿cómo se llama?
¿Y salió de acá o venía de dónde?
Salió de ahí del monte. Mira. A ver.
Ay, mira. Ay, no mames.
Ay, no. A ver, enfoca.
Es que se borra. Mira, lo acerco y se borra, mira. ¿Qué es?
Ay.
Uy. No mames. Ay, no. Ay, no chingues.
¿Dónde?
Mira.
Uy, está gritando.
No mames. No chingues. Mira.
Se perdió.
Es que está oscuro. A ver.
Ay, va.
Mira, se mira.
Sí.
Entre los...
Pero se pierde.
Entre los árboles, mira. Ay, no.
Moments later, a faint white figure can be seen in the distance, accompanied by a chilling wail. Viewers quickly linked this sighting to La Llorona, the crying woman of Hispanic American folklore, a vengeful spirit said to mourn her drowned children and wander near rivers, lakes, or even desolate rural roads at night. The additional audio from the video adds to the eeriness. Jennifer and the others remark on how secure the area is, nervously reacting as the figure seems to vanish among the trees. Their panic feels genuine, especially as they repeatedly question if anyone else moved or saw the same thing. Could this be authentic evidence of La Llorona? It's hard to say. Skeptics suggest the white figure might be a person passing by, or even a trick of light combined with barking dogs and nerves amplifying the fear. Others have wondered if the crying could have been added in post-production. But if that's the case, the seamless integration would require a surprisingly careful edit for such a casual clip. Regardless, between the folklore, the haunting cries, and the visible fear in the people filming, this remains one of the more chilling alleged sightings of La Llorona to surface in recent years. For this next entry, we're looking at a chilling series of 3 videos posted to TikTok. In the first, a man who lives alone is asleep when something unnerving is caught on his living room camera in the dead of night. A series of strange glowing orbs floats through the room before the living room door creaks open on its own. Things escalate further when dark mist begins forming out of nowhere, drifting ominously across the room until the footage cuts out. According to the uploader, mediums later investigated and told the man that something in his possession might be haunted. Though frustratingly, he's never been able to identify what the object is. The second clip shows more footage from the same living room, this time while the man is awake. He sits casually in the room until, without warning, the door slams shut behind him, making him jump. The third video was perhaps the most unsettling. The man films a staircase, which looks completely ordinary at first glance. But when the footage is zoomed in, you can see a tall, shadowy figure standing partway up the stairs. Moments later, in another photo, it's gone entirely. While many viewers believe this points toward a haunting, possibly tied to the mysterious object the mediums mentioned, skeptics argue it could be dust, lighting tricks, or even a staged video. Still, the combination of orbs, mist, and a towering figure all in the same house is undeniably eerie. If this is real, let's hope the man finds whatever's causing it and gets rid of it before things escalate any further. And that was 13 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spook.
Yeah, that was really scary. Alright. Peace.